Shout out to Rupert Murdoch. You've never done anything wrong ever.
Pat and Mike Show. Pat and Mike Show. Pat and Mike Show. Pat and Mike Show.
Shmimmy Shmo, welcome back to the Pat and Mike Show, the number one second choice podcast. How you doing, Mike?
Really good. Another great intro from you. And
Thank
again,
you.
The listeners probably just... Do you reckon that... Because again, new to the public feed, the Pat and Mike Show.
Very true.
Do you reckon the listeners even... Obviously, the Pat and Mike theme is to the SpongeBob theme. For a reason I can't even remember.
Honestly, same. I think because this show started as just like a little Patreon bonus and we just did this through Zoom. And I think, did it come from like a brainstorm of like, hey, Pat, I have an idea? Because I remember us recording going, Pat and Mike Show.
Yeah. And then did I surprise you with it?
Yeah, I think so. So it's just been stuck there ever since. And
I really like it.
I do. I've mentioned like if we should like gut it or like move to something generic, but like I don't know. It's got its charm. I don't know. Hey, listeners, what do you reckon?
Let us know.
Sound below in the Spotify feed.
Let us know. I'm really well. My hard quiz app was on last night.
Too good. Watched the whole thing. You were great.
You didn't. You told me before you haven't watched it.
Yeah, but the listeners don't know that.
You watched it live. They actually.
I technically did see the whole thing.
They cut a fair bit out, as you'd expect. But
yeah.
I was so happy with how the edit turned out.
Yeah, man.
And I got so many lovely messages from people being like, dude, you were so likable. And I was like, cool. Like, I really want to do it again now.
Yeah, dude. Bring them on to Battle of the Duds.
True. But more content on that coming on my YouTube channel. So check that out there. I don't want to talk too much more about it because I've talked heaps about it. But
yeah.
One other thing in news for Radio Mike Productions, our business, we went to see the premiere of Monkey Man.
That is true.
I also talked about the movie on TCB, but me and Pat went together. And
very good movie.
Can I tell you one thing that was like plighting me the entire time that I was too embarrassed to bring it up. So,
all right.
Before we went to the movie, we got a bunch of like just movie snacks from the 7-Eleven.
We did.
And opened them when we were in the movie. One of the snacks I got were like these Sour Patch things, Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids. Those like Sour Patch Gamers?
Gamer Sour
yeah,
Patch.
some bullshit.
And so I love sour stuff. And I don't know if like my senses were like heightened in the movie or something, but like I was like eating these sour gummies and at first I'm like, oh, these are great. These are really good. These are really good. No joke. Maybe like 20 minutes into the movie and eating these sours, it almost like burned my tongue. The sourness level of some of these gummies. My tongue was bleeding.
Bleeding?
Yes, I could taste blood in my mouth because I think like it literally like burned the roof of my mouth and my tongue. And my tongue was so sore. I had blood in my mouth and I was like, what the fuck? I don't know what happened. I think because I was like, it's like covered in like a sour, like sugary powder. And I like do this thing where I like graze it against my tongue and rub all of the sour off.
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
Yeah, but I think that literally like it was like the sour fucking powder was like glass shredding against my tongue, like sandpapering my tongue down, and then my mouth was just bleeding and I was so embarrassed the whole movie. But then I kept getting hungry, so I'd be like, oh, maybe it'll be better now. And I tried another one. As soon as I put it on my tongue, it was like my tongue was on fire from this sourness.
Yeah. No, I tried them too. And like, they were very, very acidic, much more acidic than what I'm used to in Sour Patch Kids, which I think are great. They've been on the Aussie market for about 10 years now, roughly, and always been a fan. I don't know if this is some weird American import or something.
I don't know. But you didn't, obviously it wasn't as big a deal as I thought because you didn't notice that I was like bleeding.
No, I was too busy thinking, wow, this movie's awesome. Wow, these lollies suck.
It was almost like a 4D cinema experience because obviously Monkey Man had lots of violence, lots of like punching in the face and bleeding. I'm like, oh, it's like Taste-O-Vision, you know, something happens on the screen like blood. Oh, put the taste of blood in their mouth, and then I was like, oh wow, so what's the word? So immersive theater.
They should do that. Spy Kids 4D had Smell-O-Vision where you get a card at the start, and I went to go see the movie, but they never gave us the card, and so these numbers appeared on screen like scratch this thing, and I was just like, cool, I can't do that.
That sucks. Why didn't they give you the cards?
I don't know. It was Village Knox. You know how Knox is.
I have one oddity that I want to bring up. And
I
it's
love
just
oddities.
Like classic me story, I think, everything about this. So a few weeks ago, I didn't talk about it because I wanted to see what would happen, but There's a radio show.
That is true.
It's a it's a national show. The Ben, Liam and Bell show.
Yes, on Nova, I believe.
Yeah, on Nova.
Very good.
Friends of the show, lovely people. Been friends with Bell for a long time.
Yeah.
I met Liam for the first time a few weeks ago on Swan
Really?
Street.
Oh, nice,
Never
man.
met Ben, but I've chatted to him. Oh, anyway, this is beside the point.
Yeah.
Saw on their Instagram story a few weeks ago, and it was just like, anyone who calls the show tonight gets a free $50 KFC voucher.
That's such a good deal. Like, you literally just have to say, hello, KFC, please.
Yeah.
Like,
and
get
so
it.
I just texted Belle and I was like, hey, could I get some of the KFC? Because I was
You
really,
schmooze.
that night I was really hungry as well and couldn't be bothered having, cooking dinner.
Fuck.
And she was like, oh, like, call the show. And I was like, oh, okay. I wonder if I should. And so, anyway, I rang the show and I got on air.
No way.
As Joe. And
Radio Joe.
Radio Joe. This is what happened.
What did you get ChatGPT to write for you? Joe joins us now in Melbourne. What was it?
Okay, this is no word of a lie.
Mm.
I'm not a man of many words, and I use ChatGPT to write my wedding vows when I married my wife.
Oh.
No, you did.
I imagine
No.
you're using a fake name, Joe.
I am, and
So first of all, when I said this is no word of a lie, what I meant is this is specifically a lie. Everything about this is a lie because I want $50 worth of KFC.
Yeah, you just do whatever.
Anyway, that's not where the story ends because
Oh my God.
I go off air and they send me this link like, hey, thanks, just pop your details in to get the KFC voucher. I'm like, yep, great.
Just go in store, say your name's Joe.
Yeah. I put my details into this form and it's like, thanks for submitting. We will send you your KFC voucher next week. I'm like, great.
Nice.
$50 free KFC. Maybe me and Pat could go, something like that.
Oh, cha-ching.
Anyway, it doesn't come through. And I'm like, maybe they just forgot. Whatever. I'm not going to follow it up. Like,
Yeah.
That's stupid. Get an email a few days later.
Right.
And it's like, hi, unfortunately, we are unable to provide you with your $50 KFC voucher. Right? And I'm like, that's weird. I wonder why. And then they say, so we're actually just going to send you $50 cash.
I mean, that's better. That's way better than free KFC.
And then yesterday, a payment went into my account. Salary, Nova Entertainment, $50.
Add that to your LinkedIn. You've officially worked at Nova.
So I'm now like, I've been paid a Like, do I have to put this on my tax return? Yeah. Oh, it says you worked for Nova. Yeah, I made $50 from that. I called the show. Like, are the listeners of that show employees of the show? Like, what happened?
That's
Did
so
KFC
crazy.
just like pull out? Like, what actually happened?
God, there's so many theories we could have. But like, honestly, $50 cash for going on the radio and just being like, oh yeah, ChatGPT. Like, that's great. I mean, that's
know.
better than a salary.
That's like, I was on the radio for like 25 seconds and I got $50. Imagine if every show
for 25 seconds, and that's like a couple dollars like a second.
Let's round it up to 30 seconds, which means you get $50 for 30 seconds times 2. That's $100 a minute times 60 is $6,000 an hour.
Oh my God,
Wow,
Mike.
this is my new career.
Get out of this dingy Richmond
Radio
apartment.
Joe.
Yeah. Radio Mike? Nah, I hate him. Radio Joe. Oh, I love him. He was
Radio
great on
Joe.
Ben Liam and Bell.
Didn't he propose to his girlfriend with ChatGPT?
Fuck.
Also, I called it ChatGP. I just forgot the T.
I mean, that's Radio Joe's fuck up, not yours.
Yeah, Radio Joe sucks. Yeah, so anyway.
Oh, it's too good. Mike,
Yes, Pat.
what's one of my favorite things in the world?
I'll
I'll give you a hint. It involves moving.
Syria? The country?
It's movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and a little
I would not have
context.
thought that about you. No, I just wouldn't have.
Come on, Mike. We're
I've
playing
never-
this up for the show, bro.
Okay,
Come
okay,
on,
okay.
don't kill the illusion.
Yeah, cool.
Now, for those unaware, I am a crisp 23-year-old man who still doesn't have his license.
I hate this about you.
I know,
Get
but
it.
Quick
What's
update
wrong
though.
with you?
Quick update. Also, if you're unaware, I was in a pretty bad car accident at the end of 2020.
You told us about this on the show.
I did. Well, you know what they say? Always give context.
Yes.
And Since then, I've been like with TAC, and I've always been entitled to lessons, like for free, and I've just never taken it up. So I've submitted my claim, and I'm awaiting my free lessons. So
wow.
driver check.
So you're going to get lessons from like RACV or something?
That is an insurance company, my friend. TAC.
RACV does driving lessons.
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe it'll be through them or something. I don't know. RACV,
They're like the main driving lessons. Yeah.
TARACV. Anyway, so
I don't know if the TAC does driving lessons.
I don't know. Maybe they'll outsource it or something. But anyway, now, of course, I'm still waiting for those lessons. And, it's a busy world. It's a busy economy. I got to get moving places. And, you can only take the bus and the train so much. And I've thought, fuck, what can I do to actually, like, move, right? Like, to move a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Like, I can only go so far on foot and on public transport.
I'm a big scooter guy. I use a lot of the e-scooters.
That's
to get
great.
Around. Yep.
You're in the prime spot of inner Melbourne.
Yes.
So you get access to that. I'm in
you don't
fucking
have scooters in
McLeod.
McLeod, no.
The closest we have to a scooter is like some
You might as well be in the clouds because you can't scoot on a cloud.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The closest we'll get is someone's like dingy, like hard rubbish, and there's like a Dora the Explorer like skateboard or something.
Yeah.
Now I thought about getting a bike, but then I found out that you have to like stick on the road, and that's scary. I don't want to go on the road.
You could go on bike paths and stuff. There's
Yeah,
lots
but
of
I'm
bike
in
paths.
McLeod, bro.
Okay.
We don't have bike paths.
I'm sure there's a bike path like
Nah, bro. We've got
Okay.
like kebab shops and like dingy parks.
Okay. Also, my bike got stolen. And I told my dad I sold it because my dad.
If you know Tony Liberale, tell him right now.
Do not tell my dad this if you ever meet my dad or see my dad, anyone listening.
I'll give you Mike's $50, not a guarantee.
My dad, when I lived in Kensington, I had my bike chained up at the front on the of this terrace house, and my dad was like, "You should move that. Someone will steal it." And I looked at my dad. I'm like, "No one's gonna steal my bike, you idiot." Anyway, a few weeks later, I woke up. My bike was stolen.
And who was right?
And then when I was moving like to the next place, Dad was like, "Oh, we gotta move your bike as well." And I was like, "I sold my bike. Why'd you sell it?" "No, I just didn't use it much. I sold it for $0 without me knowing."
But you know what? Radio Joe made up for it in that $50 $50 per 30 seconds.
$50 toward a bike.
Yeah, true. Now I was having a look on the TAC website, not TAC, sorry, the Vic Roads website on not a vehicle. Like, what would you classify a bike as? A bike isn't a vehicle. What would you call it? Like a movement object.
Sure.
But yeah, I was having a look of like what movement objects you didn't have to ride on the road and you could ride on the footpath. And one of those was a push scooter. And Mike, I'm actually thinking of getting a push scooter.
Like a Razor scooter.
Okay, not a Razor scooter. The adult term for it is a commuter scooter. So I'm thinking of getting a commuter scooter.
Okay. I'm gonna give you some honest feedback.
Please.
Don't do that.
Why though?
Because you're going to look so stupid. You're a grown man. You can't ride a scooter on the footpath.
You know what, Mike?
Man.
I don't disagree with you one bit. However, that if that's the cost for me to get to places A to B a bit quicker, if I'm like 10, 20 minutes quicker and I look like a dickhead.
You're not going to be quicker than the train.
Well, no, not the train.
Are you going to ride a push scooter here? Push scooters are for children to like learn about balance.
Nah, man.
You don't foot power. There's a reason. You know in the Flintstones they've got the car. There's a reason that's in the prehistoric times because we've evolved. We have motors. We have electricity
call
now.
me a caveman. No, but hey, it could be a great little weight loss little thing as well.
Yeah, but I reckon you should just get a bike.
I don't know, man. I'm having a look. Bikes are too scary, so fuck that.
If you get a push scooter, I like. Is it mainly to go to the supermarket or something?
Yeah, like instead of like a 15-minute like walk, it's probably like a 5 to 8 minute like scoot.
And then what are you gonna do if you're buying groceries? What are you gonna do?
Put it in my backpack.
I'm
not gonna bring like a whole like
How much is a push scooter?
Anywhere from
Don't do this. No, don't do this. Just don't do it.
$90 to $150.
If you do it, I will be really upset with you. I will be disappointed as your father figure.
Yeah, because mine's gone.
And mentor, because your dad sadly passed away, and now I'm your father figure,
so to speak.
I can't encourage you to do this. If my son came to me and said, "I'm thinking of doing this," I'd be like, "I don't think you should do that." And
Would you disown me?
I wouldn't disown you, but I'd be openly disappointed. And I would tell people, if people are like, I think I saw your son riding a push scooter as a 25-year-old, I would be like, yeah, I hate that he does that. I'm disappointed in it.
You're such a judgy bitch, aren't you?
No, I think it's silly what you want to do.
You reckon?
If you do it, I'll be very surprised. Like
Listeners, write in. Should I get a push scooter?
yeah, write in, and it will be no. Can we do one of my favorite segments that I think is moving to Pat and Mike? We might do it on TCB. It originates there, but it's this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dumbest comment I received all week. And we've got a huge fuckwit tonight.
Oh boy.
Here's your host, Radio Mike.
And Pat.
No, you're not the host. You're just the guest.
Oh.
No, you are the host. So this is the dumbest comment I've heard all week. And, I put a lot of content out. So
that is true.
A lot of dumb comments. I think the last time we did this segment, it was the one where it was like, why is Hank Schrader not The Rock? That was it. So, but this one just interested me because I'm keen to know your thoughts as a Gen Z.
I'd love to hear this.
So, bit of context, because always give context, as you said.
Very true. Gold star.
The Canadian pop punk band Sum 41 just released their final ever album.
That is true. Rest in peace.
They put out their last album, Heaven and Hell, great album, and they are finishing up, and they're doing a world tour, and then they're finishing up. And I did the first YouTube review of it, which did really well.
How good?
Yeah, first person in the world to review it on YouTube.
I'll save some for the rest of us.
And got an interesting comment that I just thought was so funny. The comment was, this album is their worst album ever because it's just mid. To which I replied, how can it be their worst album if it's mid? Do you understand what mid means?
Like, he's going against his own logic.
Because I thought mid meant middle, like average.
Yeah,
It's just
okay.
average. So if an album is mid in the catalog of an artist's discography, then it sits somewhere in the middle. Like, it's not their best, but it's not their worst. Am I correct?
100%. Like, it's like, by his definition, he'd prefer like an actual, like, just fully bad album.
Yeah. Because it's like the worst album is the middle album, which totally throws out the scale. Because you're turning it from like just a line graph of like 0 the lowest, 10 the highest, to like a bell curve.
Yeah.
Where 0 is high, 5 is low,
Yeah.
and 10, it makes no sense.
Yeah, I think like from the perspective of a Gen Z,
Yes.
I think the word mid has been thrown around a lot. It's just become like an
Meh.
internet. Yeah, exactly. The modern day meh, and like obviously, of course, like you said, like that's like the plain definition, like middle, okay, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't know. We're kind of reaching this age of like I don't want to say appropriation, but like. I mean, it's not the worst word you can appropriate, but yeah, it's like just going like saying mid, like there's no proper fluid conversation, just mid.
Do people say mid as like if I said, hey, I went to Macca's last night for dinner, would someone be like mid? Or is that not what would happen?
I've never heard of someone doing that.
okay,
Should I start doing that to you?
I don't know.
I got $50 for KFC. Mid.
You could have got 100. Yeah,
true.
you're right. 50 is the middle of 100 and 0. So that is mid.
Oh damn, maybe this guy's like playing 4D chess with us, and
Yeah.
he's outsmarted us. He's
Possibly.
had checked us or some shit.
Is there a new generation after Z? Oh,
yes,
Alpha.
Gen Alpha.
Do they call them the Alphies?
That's a great question because like, although that's the thing, right? It's like no, actually that's not true. I was about to say every generation has had a nickname, but that's not true. Because like millennials are also called like Gen Y, and I guess millennials technically the nickname for it. But there's no nickname for Gen X. There's no nickname for Gen Z. Like, should we come up with like a bunch of nicknames? All right.
Well, baby boomers was like they're before Gen X, aren't they?
Yeah.
But like that's a weird, like they wouldn't have called them baby boomers when they were babies. They only became baby boomers because when they reached maturity, they had a lot of babies.
That's actually not true.
Oh, why is
do you
it
know why they call them baby boomers?
No.
Because after World War II and everyone was like, fuck yeah, no more war. Everyone was like, let's have a bunch of babies. And there was a massive baby boom, hence the term baby
so
boomers.
those babies are the baby boomers.
Yes.
So I thought the baby boomers were the parents of the kids born at that time.
You think
But
they
are
were
those-
booming kids into society.
But then what are they? Are they the great generation? What's the generation before baby boomers?
Silent generation / greatest generation.
Yeah, greatest generation. So the greatest generation,
Which is the worst title.
gave birth to the baby boomers. Also, why do they get to be called the greatest generation? Like, why can't we just be like the fuck yeah generation?
Can we? Okay, but is that millennial or Gen Z?
I don't know. I'm part of the fuck yeah generation. Oh, yeah.
Pepsi generation.
Hey, quick update on this.
Footy tipping game. You can win a prize. Don't know it yet. We don't know.
We don't know. I have a quick update.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So obviously we have this footy tipping comp that Pat so graciously set up. You can win
welcome.
a prize, as the title says. We
Which
don't know
we
what
don't
it
know
is.
what it is.
No, it's something. It certainly could be those sour gummies. Burn the roof of your mouth off. Sandpaper on the tongue. But I have a confession.
Oh boy.
I haven't tipped since round one. I just
You know what? That's great for me because I've been losing.
okay. Well, like I haven't tipped. I keep forgetting. Claire is in the comp.
Yeah, she's
I
actually
think
doing
she's
good.
coming third.
She's third. Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, let's do a quick. Do a quick footy
but
footy
Claire
tipping
always
check.
goes, "Did you put your tips in?" And then I'm like, "Nah." She's like, "Just do it on the app." And then I'm like, "No, because I'm not logged in on the app and I don't know the password and I can't be fucked. And then I'm not logged in on the computer. I can't remember so I don't know if I'll ever tip. I
That's
might just
true.
do a raw round.
A raw round,
What
great.
are the scores?
All right. So in the top three, we've got Benjamin Davidson,
Yeah.
followed by
Jemison 97.
Jemison 97, and Claire's
look,
third.
Claire's
Wow.
really on, is that the total? 20, 21?
Yeah.
So like Claire's equal second by 1 point. Where am I?
Not bad. You are. So I'm in 10th place currently, and then you are in 13th.
So I'm not last and I haven't tipped.
You're doing better than Kyle Grieve, DJ Marky Mark, Leon Day, and Dino One.
Yeah, great. What's your name on it? Because we can never find you.
I don't know.
Yeah, your name isn't Pat on it.
It comes up as me on the thing, and I
Right.
don't know how to view it. So
Yeah,
like
okay, fair enough.
I could go around fuck around, but
Can
yeah.
you still join the comp? Or
Absolutely.
Is it just too late now?
No, well, it's not too late. I mean, if you can like join now and win later, that would be a great
Yeah,
achievement.
join if you want.
And you know
guys.
what? We'll give you a second prize if you
We
join
don't know
late.
what it is, though.
Exactly. We don't know what it is, but if you join late and you win at the end of the year, we will give you a second prize
All right.
of your choosing. That's not true. Our choosing.
We'll give you the $50 from Nova.
Oh, no, don't promise that. You
It's my,
could use
it's
that.
my whole salary.
Yeah, Radio Jono's salary.
The other plug, Joe.
Hey,
Radio Joe.
we won't done
Oh,
yet.
we weren't so sorry. I've gone early.
You've gone
classic.
way too premature.
Pat actually still had a story, so we're not doing the
I
other
do still
plug.
have a story. I was going to touch on who I tipped on, but you know what? I think this story is way better than some tipping. So I went to the Good Friday Super Clash at Marvel Stadium.
Look at us becoming a footy podcast. What the fuck
right?
is wrong with us?
Watch out, Braden Kelly. This is a threat. No. So I went to the Good Friday Super Clash, Carlton against North Melbourne. My cousin Alex actually designed the Guernsey for North Melbourne. And
You keep bringing that up.
because it's
always
great.
Bring it up.
Well,
Yeah.
we're talking footy, so why not bring it up? So shout out Alex.
You know, my cousin is Daniel Jansracusa, who used to play for the Bulldogs.
Did he?
And I'm in his Wikipedia article. Have I told you this?
What?
So sorry to hijack.
No, I wanna hear
I mean,
this.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Somewhere on my family, you know Daniel Jansracusa. He played for the Bulldogs. He's
Yeah.
now a coach at Essendon.
Oh,
An
nice.
assistant coach.
Nice.
Gia, his father and his nonno and my nonno were brothers.
Nice.
My mum and his dad are first cousins. I don't know him at all.
Yeah.
But I talked about this on Two Guys One Cup.
Oh, nice.
Will and Charlie's AFL pod I used to be on. And then I guess someone from that, so a listener of that show's gone to his Wikipedia, and in the personal details, it says he is the cousin of podcast personality Podcast Mike.
Is Australia just so barren of people? It's like, oh, podcast guy.
I just wonder if you know, I wonder if he's ever read his Wikipedia. He's like, who the fuck is this podcast
Who's
Mike?
Mike guy?
Am I related to him?
Maybe I should look him up. Here's the start of the show. Shmimmy Schmo. Ah, fuck this guy.
The other thing is, I really want to get on the notable alumni of my high school.
Oh,
I'm
God.
not on it. Tim McDonald's on it from the Cheap Seats.
Well, if he
and
can
he's
get
got
on
a
it.
page on Wikipedia, but for whatever
Jeez.
reason, I don't get to be on the notable alumni. I think I'm notable.
Do you reckon I should be on my high school alumni page?
No, because you didn't even graduate.
Yeah, but like, look at me now. Look at me now. Look at where we are. We're in Richmond
I guess
recording a podcast.
When I think of you, I'm like, you could not be on the notable alumni. So then I guess when like people think of me, they're like, that's not notable either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the only two people I remember being on the alumni for my high school was the guy who wrote The Slap, and then someone from the Cat Empire.
Oh, cool.
That's it. Anyway, back to my
Okay,
story.
back to your story.
So, Good Friday Super Clash. Now, I went with a good friend of the show and good friend of me, Kyle.
Yep.
And now, this game was fully ticketed because it was obviously supporting the Good Friday appeal. Great cause. Love to see it. And on Kyle's end, he made a slight mistake. Usually when we get tickets together, we'll get like a seat obviously next to each other because it's not like we want to be apart during the game.
Yeah.
But Kyle made a little bit of a mistake and he got a ticket on level 1 and then another ticket on level 3.
Oh, shit.
So he was stuck at level 1 and I was on level 3. I had an obscured view from the bars in front of me. And so I put up like a little sarcastic thing on my story saying, love the view. And lo and behold, a little angel came to my aid and was able to provide me a ticket to the Medallion Club, which, oh my God, Mike, have you ever been
What
to
was the angel?
someone who had a connection at North Melbourne. So
Okay.
cheers to that.
Your cousin?
Don't give it away.
Okay, no, I've never been to the Medallion Club.
Oh my God. Like, it's not like the deluxe, like, hoity-toity thing you'd expect. But, man, so you've been to a footy game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you describe the seats?
Oh, like they're just cheap plastic seats,
Yeah,
stadium
pretty
seats.
firm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. These were cushioned and had cup holders.
Oh.
It was so good. Private bar. Not open, unfortunately, but can't complain. And the best part about it, the bathrooms had thank you soap.
Oh, yeah, great.
Specifically
great.
thank you soap,
Great.
not the peasant, like, mass-produced stuff.
Yeah.
Not like thank you isn't mass-produced. Anyway,
Thank you is a brand. Just
it's
so
a
people know.
brand. Yeah, true. We love context. Context is key. Gold star, Mike. And yeah, so I go in and I'm like, oh my God, this is sick. This can't get any better. And then towards the, was it round? Yeah, it was second quarter. Towards the end of that, I'm just chilling, watching the footy. Fuck yeah, I'm in the Medallion Club. There's thank you soap. And someone walks up to the row in front of me and someone yells out, Fev. And I'm like, no way. And to my left, the row in front of me is Brendan Favola, former Carlton champion.
Yeah.
My favorite player of all time.
Current Fox FM breakfast host who you see all the time at SCA.
Well, I've never seen him once, so I'm
Just like
spewing.
you sometimes work in the building that he works in. I'm surprised you haven't bumped into
I
him
haven't.
there.
However, I did see Harry and Ben Mackay because
yeah.
I was in Listener yesterday, but I couldn't say hello because I was in the middle of a record. So
Yeah.
shame, but I'm sure I'll see him again.
Okay, so you see Fev.
I see Fev, and the whole time he had to go away, so obviously I couldn't say hello to him then. But I'm like, oh my God, there is my favorite player. Also, we have a connection because one of the other podcasts I work on, they work with Fev, and so I think, oh great, I can introduce myself. Hey, I know so and
That's
so.
Urian. Yeah.
Exactly. And so he does his thing. I think he did, at halftime, he did like a charity kick. And I believe he said, hey, if you make this goal, we'll donate like $5,000 or something. Got the goal easy. Good on you, Fev. And so at the end of quarter 3, so like the break between the third and the final quarter, I think, okay, great. This is my chance. There's a few people going up to me like, oh, Fev, photo, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be that respectful guy. So I go up to him and I'm like, Fev, and I go up to like shake my hand. I'm like, I'm so sorry to disturb you. My name's Pat. I'm actually Renee and Josiah's producer. And he's like, oh, hey. And he has like a big smile on his face. He's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, just have a quick band. I'm like, mate, if you don't mind, I'd love a quick photo. And he said, yeah, all means. So got the selfie, got the snap. Oh, it was bliss. It was
That's
absolute
awesome.
bliss. And after we took the photo, he said, send that to Renee. I'm like, ha. Like we had a like cute little, not cute, like a cool little like, bonding moment, or at least that's how I saw it. And I went back to my seat and I was really happy. And then,
Proud of you, man.
thank you, man. And don't worry, it doesn't end there.
Oh, shit.
During the fourth quarter, I think, oh my God, I'm going to impress my idol. I'm going to offer to buy him a beer. And I think I'm going to look so cool. I'm going to look great. And so I stand up and I'm about to go and I yell, Fev. And he looks at me and I stumble. And I'm like, can I buy you a beer?
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, mate, And so I was like, yep, cool. Walk off, thinking, oh my God, I got rejected by Brendan Favola. Not having in my head that like I just sounded weird. Like if someone came up to you and said, do you want a beer? Would you get a beer from them?
No.
Exactly.
No.
So Fev, if you're listening, so sorry.
Yeah.
Hope you got that beer.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want the beer. So.
Well, let's go out for beers on me.
That's awesome. The other plug. Hey, I got a couple plugs. Watch my hard quiz on ABC iView.
Go watch it.
Episode 9 of this season. So happy with it, as I said, and more content on the YouTube.
Yeah, man.
As far as my other plug goes, I want to plug this song from the new Sum 41 album called Dopamine.
Oh yeah.
It's very like modern pop punk, like what I think modern pop punk sounds like, and I really like it. So go and listen to that.
Too good. I'm gonna plug Smiling Friends. They just put out the first episode of season 2.
I was just talking to another mate about it.
Really, yeah,
Yeah.
really funny. They I won't explain the plot of Smiling Friends, but they bring in this character who's based off like a PS1 era like polygon.
That's what my friend
game
was.
model.
My friend said it was like Banjo-Kazooie kind of
It
vibes.
really is, and
Shit,
it's just
okay.
it's such a really great creative show.
Yeah.
If you like Newgrounds humor, you'll love it. So yeah, that's my other plug.
Awesome. Hey, great episode, man. Put it here. Shmee
No worries. Shmimmy Shmo. Thanks, listeners.
Let's spend this $50 like crazy.
Woo! Who's gonna hit the?
Shit, sorry, I didn't hit the button. Usually, Bat hits the button to this. Yeah, sorry.
Pat and Mike Show. Pat and Mike Show. Pat and Mike Show. Pat and Mike Show.